Configure the Vsphere storage appliance. So, so this topic kind of makes me chuckle a little bit. I don't know, to me, the Vsphere storage appliance is a perfect example of be careful what you ask for. And I think you'll find as we start to kind of play around with this storage appliance that you'll see, I think very quickly, why it exists. You'll see what was asked for, you'll see what was delivered, and then you might see why it might be difficult to justify why you might want one of these things. I don't know. You be the judge. But I want to spend this nugget talking about the Vsphere storage appliance, what it is, what it's designed to do, how it may help you, and what you're going to have to pay in order to get to it. In this nugget, we'll spend time with the architecture, the use cases, the host resources that you'll have to have, and then how to really work with the thing. So really, what was the idea here? As you can imagine, so very large environments of lots of hardware, probably have a SAN already in place, some sort of storage area network. And so pulling in and moving the virtualization, very easy thing to do. Right? You put a bunch of servers in place, some of them you probably already have, and you hook them up to your SAN, you carve out a piece of the SAN, and poof, you're vMotioning. Whee! Well, if you're not that large environment, right, you're a smaller environment, you don't have a SAN. Maybe you don't got servers either. Right? And so you want to move to virtualization. You want to enjoy all the nice benefits that everybody else has, but you're saying, hey, why don't you make an instance of this thing that is just as highly available as a SAN, but is factored for my budget? And so here comes the Vsphere storage appliance. Now, the Vsphere storage appliance is effectively a 2 or 3 server configuration, and in fact, you can put it in either the 2-host configuration or the 3-host configuration. Now, different from a storage area network is the fact that each of the hosts in this configuration has its own disk, its own local disk. You can see here I've got my 2 hosts and the 2 hosts, and each one's got its own independent local disk. And in the 3-host configuration there on the left, each one has its own local disk as well. So VMware said, all right, we will create this mechanism by which you can have not a single instance of a SAN, but instead replication between the items here. So if I have 2 different hosts in a 2-host configuration, I'm going to have a data store here and kind of a shadow data store over here. Right? And if I have a 3-host configuration, I will have 3 data stores and 3 shadow data stores. And if I ever lose one of the hosts, well, then the shadow data store will take over immediately, just as if an original data store was there. This is great. So, wow, I don't have to buy a SAN. I can have local disk here, right? Local disk isn't that expensive. $250, $300 for, you know, a reasonable 300 gig size local disk these days. Plug a couple of them in the server, you know, punch 3 of them in there.